Volk talking about World War II with Bryce. Yeah, so, you know, we won. The good guys won. And now look at us. You know, we're the good guys and we won. And look what we get for it. Modern day Europe. Hang on a minute. Were we the good guys? Thank you for the 5. Been here for a while. Guru and the Mouse show was very entertaining. Keep it up, dude. Next few weeks are decent fights. Looking forward to Ilya versus Oliveira. It's going to be a sick one. Great fights coming up as well. All good fights. Week after week after week. Patchy versus Tabet. If Tabet comes off a win first, yeah, in the meantime, they could match that up. Is Patchy Mix the next Will Brooks? People forget, man. He may just be the next Will Brooks. People forget, man. He knocked out Michael Chandler. Anyone else think Batista didn't want to hurt Aldo? Shut up, bitch. He was trying in the early rounds. Guru's gone soft since the DJ show released. I have not at all. At all. You guys just are edgy for the sake of edginess, whereas I try and be funny with it. If there's edgy to be done where it's funny, I'll do it, but just if you want me to steamroll the fucking MMA conversation with edgelord jokes, then you're just little gaylords that are trying to ruin it for me. Can you do an impression of Justin asking Dana if he can get his title shot? And Dana says, best we can do is Patty. Yeah. I want my title shot, Dana. Yeah, kid. Best we got is Chase Hooper. We gotta give him a jump up the rankings. Bilal got a gift for you next fight. No, he doesn't. He's not going to be explosive. Impression of DJ getting absorbed by Gaziev during a roll. Brother, I absorb you, brother. Who do you honestly predict will host UFC in 2026? Netflix, ESPN, etc. Probably Netflix. I don't know if any of them would be better for the sport. But it doesn't really matter what's better for the sport. I think ESPN is best for the sport, though. That's the sporting place. But it doesn't really matter to me because it won't be the same for me as it is for you guys anyway. Am I the only one flabbergasted that there's still only 8 bouts listed for 317? The only one flabbergasted that there's still only 8 bouts listed for 317. There isn't only 8 bouts listed. There's more than that, but the other ones are just shit. On the UFC schedule, there's only 8 bouts, but there's a few others that they're not showing. I'll show you. I'll tell you what they are. How did the Dagestanis not figure out that Jon Jones is sus? They know it. They just, you know. I don't know if they know it, but yeah, they must have done. I don't know. It is very homo culture because they don't even consider the idea of doing it with each other, so they can be a bit more comfortable doing things that would assume that they would go on to do it with each other. You know what I'm saying? But the fights they're not showing you that are on the card that you're missing here are Haider Emil versus Jose Delgado and Terence McKinney versus Vyacheslav Borshev. They're also on the card, but they're just not listed online. But there is only few fights on that card. The main card's done. I don't know why Jonata Deniz, Justin Tafa's on there. Get it off, put ROYVAL Van on there. But yeah, there's only 5 prelim fights. Yeah, they are going to need a few more fights on there. Thank you very much for the $2. Impression bully Leon Edwards bullying Mark Hunt. Ah, put an apple in your mouth, you hug. Thank you for the £2. It's 5 a.m. Knew a friend that got pegged by his girl in college and he never recovered. Always timid. Kind of reminded me of how Dana acted in his last conference. Jesus Christ. Thank you for the $5, dude. Getting pegged is wild. Impression of Paddy wanting to see 28 years later. Lad, I just want to fucking watch it, lad. I wonder if fucking Cillian Murphy's going to fucking show up, lad. I'll give it a 2. It's going to be great. Boots, 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 moving up and down again. Light heavyweight is kind of dead right now, except for Sweet Dreams. Jamal Hill versus Khalil Roundtree. If Alex Pereira... Yeah, light heavyweight needs some new life. Jacoby sort of rebounded, right, whereas we could have got a new prospect, but that's because Jacoby's really good. We've got Navajo Sterling, though. He's coming up, so if he gets another win, but especially by finishing his next one, then there'll be some hype. If Alex Pereira beats Ank, where does he rank? What? Pound for pound? GOAT status-wise? I mean, he'd be up there. On the Natty GOAT list, he'd be above Jones. I mean, there's no Jones on it. And he's the only one that you have to take out of the top 5 right now. So, yeah, Pereira could be creeping top 5 if he gets his belt back. I'll be in America soon as well. So, I don't know where you're at, but I'll be in Arkansas fishing with Bryce. That's for sure. And I'll be in the Northeast as well. I'm going to be in Boston. Where am I going to be in America? Where was the things I said? Still doing a collab with Craig Jones. We haven't decided yet, but we've spoken and, you know, we're on each other's radar. So I don't know what collab. We need to find the right time to do it, not force the collaboration, if you know what I'm saying. So probably when CGI 2 is coming up, I'll probably do something with him. So I'll probably be in Boston. I'm thinking Boston, New York, Philadelphia. I don't know where else, though. I don't want to go Washington or Baltimore. So I don't know. After that, I'll have to pick a different spot. But maybe just do that. Boston, New York, Philadelphia, and then Arkansas. That might be the first good move to do. So we'll see. I'll do that this summer. Brother, you can hit Boston and New York on the same day. Yeah, but I won't see all of Boston or all of New York. So I'll probably do Boston for a day because I'm going to be there for a week in America. So I'll probably do Boston for a day, New York for like 2 days, 3 days, go to a few different subsections of it, and then go to Washington, or not Washington, Philadelphia, see the Rocky stuff, and then from there go to Arkansas for the last day or 2. Maybe I'll do a day there and then come back to New York and then fly from New York back to London, probably. Spend the last... Or maybe I'll see which one of the major states that I like and then go from there back to the UK. Murat should move up to fight Volk. Best outcome right now. Thank you for the $2. He should, but he's not discussing the idea of it. He is open to the idea of a Pantoja fight, which I like. That's something that I'm on board with. That makes me happier. Does DJ talking about Sean's camp make you rethink? Sean, I mean, I didn't know about it beforehand, you know? Big fan here from Baltimore. City ain't that bad. Thank you for the $2. Big fan here from Baltimore. The city ain't that bad. Yeah, but I don't know. If Tank Davis is from there, I don't want to go there, you know what I'm saying? Stared at the size of my hands and realized, sadly, that if I was a UFC fighter, I would have to be a crotch sniffer like Aljo and Merab. I don't think it's entirely, like, hand size dependent, because you can have faster hands if they're smaller, you know? Do you or anyone else ever look at yourself and analyze your optimal fighting style? I do. I would be like a heavyweight Ilya Tapuria. I've got long arms. No, actually, who would I be like? I'd be like a Cyril Gane type heavyweight, I think. Thank you for the $20. I'm quite light on my feet. I don't know if I have that much one-punch knockout power, but I definitely got power compared to someone smaller than me, you know what I mean? I just don't know if I have as much one-punch power as someone as big as me, you know? How did you overcome your addiction to spice? I did not have an addiction to spice. Thank you for the $2. Tougher bros think they are so balele. People forget, man. Thank you for the $5 Canadian. Evening Guru, curious to know if you manage to do impressions of people who have a plain or unremarkable voice. Some of them, but people with simpler voices, it's harder to do impressions of, you know, because you have to be more on point with those. Whereas people who have weird voices that you've never really heard before, if you even get close, it sounds good, you know. Thank you for the $5 Canadian. This week's card looks nice, man. I hope Wellmaker wins. Yeah, I hope so as well. It'll be good to get him to get some momentum together. But it'll be a good story if Matinho pulls it off, you know. Do you think the rumors of Van versus ROYVAL are true? Yes, I think they are. Yeah, I mean, well, ROYVAL and Van have both confirmed it, so I would assume they're not rumors. Yuri walked out to Holla Back Girl. He did. No, he actually... Yuri's going to walk out to Cotton Eye Joe in his next song, I'm telling you. Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from? Cotton Eye Joe. How does Corey beat Merab? I can't see him knocking him down or submitting him, and I can't see him outstriking from range without getting taken down. I don't know. No one knows. We're just going to have to watch it happen. I don't know anymore. Impression of John Anik commentating Jones, oil check. He's going to maybe be able to like win the scramble and damage from there with positional control maybe. That's the only way I can see it happening. Impression of John Anik commentating Jones, oil checking Aspinall. And here we have John Jones getting his greatest desires in Tom Aspinall's gooch tonight. Bellator guys suck. Only Eddie Alvarez was any good. Yeah. Yeah, he won a belt, you know. That was a good win, but that was a while ago. Impression of McGregor and Anshul Jabli arguing over whether or not Jabli should use soap to bathe. Mate, you need to fucking wash your mad fuel everything in you. You can't come into Ireland otherwise, yeah? But sir, I'm allergic to the soap, sir. I've been grinding the stench for tens of years, sir, you know. Hi, Guru. How do you think Paul Hughes would do in the UFC? He probably loses to Vyacheslav Borshev. Let's just be honest, to be honest with you. I'm done rating these guys outside the UFC. It's different level. But no, I think Paul Hughes would do good. I do. It's just if they give him a top contender right away, he's going to lose. If they give him a guy outside the rankings first and let him win a few, then we're talking, you know. But I think that's what they should do moving forward if they want to get these guys to win. Sucks that these matchmakers can't stack these cards. Like, what happened? I blame Hunter for this bullshit. I know. But man, these fighters, they're just, I feel like there's so many ranked fighters and there's none of them on the pay-per-views. Like, I don't think we've ever had a year of pay-per-views where there's been less ranked fighters on main cards. Thank you for the membership. Cool, Clucks, very funny, and a clan at the end of that. Impression of Cody Garbrandt explaining to his mum why his new emo look just isn't a phase and how society doesn't get him. I just feel like society doesn't get me. They don't understand what it means to have a sword on my eye. Thank you for the 5. Paul Hughes is way too small for lightweight. If he comes to the UFC, he needs to go to 145. You can be a little bit tankier at 155, though. Lighter man skill. What about lighter man skill, dude? But yeah, I don't know. He is a bit small for lightweight, I agree. But I don't think his future's at 135. He seems to have a lot more pop in his punches at 155. So his power seems to have improved. The sport doesn't make sense. Jan had a hard time catching Sean on the exit, but Merab could. Without his gas tank, Merab would not be top 10. Thank you for the $5. I don't know how Frankie Sains beat him. I just don't fucking understand it, honestly. Thank you for the $5. Who you got? Battle versus Ruzaboev. I just think O'Malley had a fucking stink shit performance. He's slipping on his ass in round 2 twice. I've rewatched it. He had a fucking dog shit performance there. And I think even he will admit. But, you know, it is what it is. Who you got in Battle versus Ruzaboev? I think O'Malley had this thing in his mind where at least I can't get finished. Well, I'm not going to get finished, so at least I just need to do good while not getting finished. And then boom, it happens, you know, when you don't fear it. Who you got? Battle versus Ruzaboev? I've got Ruzaboev. Who deserves the UFC 6 cover? Alex Pereira cannot be your answer. Why would he be my answer? He just lost his belt. Who deserves the UFC 6 cover? Joshua Vam. Should Sean move up to 145 and rematch Sterling? Yes. Yes, he could do that. Thank you for the $2. No, I don't know why you would rematch Sterling, though. He doesn't want to risk undoing a good win that he has, if you know what I'm saying. So I don't think he would do that. Impression of Merab telling Sean he's allowed to goon now. Hey, you can go back to ranking. You're the better fighter when you come. Thank you very much for the $2. Merab outstruck O'Malley. Go check the stats live, Guru. Yeah, I know. I watched the fight. Thank you for the £2. This week's card looks nice, man. I hope Wellmaker wins. Thank you for the £2. Dude, you Merab fans, I swear, are more hell-bent on making people angry than you actually enjoy him. It's fucking gay. I've moved on. The fight's over. Thank you for the £2. Getting manhandled in pink shorts is never good. Never good at all, yeah. It's tough for O'Malister. Pay-per-view's expensive, dude. I owe you. Impression of Gay Connor. Somebody fucking sniff a line out me gooch, mate. I don't know. Thank you for the 2.